It's a Wednesday afternoon at the beach. A man rolls past on an old bike, chains it to a railing, and just stares at the water. No entourage, no security, no design or anything. You'd swear he was a regular guy on his day off. That man is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And the fact that you'd never guess it isn't an accident. It's the entire point. Because the way the truly rich live is almost the exact opposite of what we've been taught wealth looks like. We grow up believing wealth is loud. The car that announces itself from 2 blocks away. The watch you're supposed to recognize. The logo, big enough to read across a room. But here's the strange thing nobody tells you. That loud version of wealth, the chains, the supercars, the flexing, is very often not the rich. It's people one good month away from broke, spending money they don't have to look like money they wish they had. The genuinely wealthy tend to go the other direction. Quiet, plain, almost invisible. A plain t-shirt that happens to cost a fortune in a fabric you'd never notice. A car chosen because it's reliable, not because it's loud. And once you understand why they do this, you start to see money completely differently. And you can't unsee it. So why would someone with everything choose to look like they have nothing? The first reason is simple: freedom. When your wealth is invisible, you move through the world without friction. Nobody's pitching you. Nobody's resenting you. Nobody's watching. You get to keep the one thing money is supposed to buy and almost never does, to just be left alone. The second reason is deeper. And it's the part most people miss. To someone who is actually rich, spending money to prove they're rich is a kind of confession. It says you still need other people to tell you that you've made it. And real wealth, the quiet kind, comes with a quiet confidence that stopped needing the applause a long time ago. They're not dressing for strangers. They have nothing left to prove. There's a name for this now: quiet luxury. No logos. No flash, just quality so understated that only someone in the same world would ever recognize it. It's a velvet rope made of taste instead of price tags, and that's exactly why the old money world has lived by it for 100 years. Because this isn't really about clothes or cars. It's about a completely different relationship with money. New money asks, what can this buy that people will see? Old money asks, what can this buy that will still be here in 50 years? Watch how the quietly wealthy actually behave. They drive the car for 15 years. They wear the same coat for a decade because it was made well the first time. They are almost allergic to waste. Not because they can't afford it, but because they understand something the broke but flashy never will. Every dollar you spend showing off is a dollar that could have been working for you instead. The flashy spend their wealth. The quiet rich deploy it. And the man on the beach cruiser? He left $113 million on the table to build something that mattered more to him than the money. That's the tell. When you have real wealth, the money stops being the point. It becomes a tool, and the goal becomes the life, not the scoreboard. So here's the uncomfortable mirror in all of this. The loudest spender in the room is usually the most insecure. The person who needs you to see the logo needs you to see it because, on some level, they're not sure of it themselves. And the quietest person, the one you'd walk right past, is very often the one who actually won. You don't need millions to live by this. The mindset is free. Stop buying things to impress people who aren't thinking about you anyway. Buy fewer things, better, and keep them longer. Let your wealth be a private fact instead of a public performance. Do that, and 2 things happen. You spend dramatically less, and you start to carry yourself like someone who has nothing to prove. Because you're building something real instead of renting an image. The richest people learned a long time ago that the loudest signal of all is the absence of one. True wealth doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It rolls past you on an old bike on a Wednesday afternoon, completely free, and lets you assume it's nobody at all. So the next time you see someone flexing everything they own, Ask yourself who in that room is actually rich. It's almost never the one you're looking at. If you want to understand how the wealthy really think, stick around. This channel takes you inside the world behind the money. I'll see you in the next one.